What up, chosen ones? Got a quick message. I've got some inspiration for you. A period of isolation is necessary. It's part of the journey. And it won't even be something that's forced. This is something orchestrated by God. You know, even Jesus went through a period of isolation to get closer to the Father. Cheeto boy. My cats are digging this music. So you're gonna have times where you feel alone, but remember, you're not lonely when you have the Father. He brought you this far. He won't turn his back on you. And so we need to understand that this is all necessary for us to be transformed to where God can bring new, more meaningful people into your life. I know you can all attest to this, chosen ones. You've gone through such a transformation already that it's nearly impossible to relate to the old people in your life. You know, you're more interested in godly things, in growth, in intellectual conversations, meaningful things, and these worldly, secular people of your past, they're not capable. They can't consistently be interested in the things that we are. And there's just so many signs along the journey that we need to let go of the people that don't serve us, the people that bring us down, the people that drain us of our energy. We've planted the seeds. We've done enough. God is telling us that they aren't coming with us to the next phase, to the next chapter of our life. Who are we to try to fight against God and bring these people along with us when he's like, no, focus on me, do what you do, keep it moving. Who are we to change God's plan? We've been given the signs. You know, a friend of many is a friend of none. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies, if you catch my drift. And so, sorry, little notification there. These people envy you. You've outgrown certain people in your life, and they can't handle it. They're like, who does this guy think he is? I know the real him. I know the real her. They can't fool me. They'll crash and burn eventually. All we can do is love these people from a distance. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they did. Continue to pray for these people, but we don't have to give them the time of day anymore. God doesn't judge us on the outcome of our efforts to spread the good news. We're not judged on the outcome of who listens and commits. We're judged on our efforts to give them the way, to lead the way. And we're becoming more aware of people's real intentions around us. We're becoming more intuitive. You know, your intuition is actually the Holy Spirit. And we can sense the silent hate. There'll be times where God has us cross paths with the old people from our lives. And be ready. Be ready for the silent hate. Be ready for the envy. Be ready to not fill them in on every aspect of your life. They're not happy for your success. They just want to get information on you. You know, I've had a friend from the past tell me, I envy you. I'm like, well, thanks for being honest, but it's not my responsibility to better your life for you. You have to want it. You have to want it bad enough. It's like they see the change in you and they want that. And they want to be the victim, like it's your fault that they're not as joyful and happy as you are. There comes a time where these people have to face themselves, and that's their biggest fear. That's why they team up behind your back with other low vibrational people to develop a common idea of how they feel about you. And what this does is it masks it's a way for them to avoid facing themselves. And they need to face themselves. Surrender. Humble yourself. Who can attest to this? There have been so many, countless times where I've tried conquering my flaws without giving it to the Lord. And yeah, maybe I'd go a few days, a week, months, and then I'd give in because I wasn't letting God handle it. So Satan, at whatever time he wanted, could come crashing through that door that I left open. We have to slam these doors shut by giving God our vices, our addictions. You're not going to get the credit you deserve, chosen ones. These people from your past, they know how strongly addicted you were to your vices, the alcohol, the weed, the nicotine, the prawn. But they won't give you credit for having the strength to climb out of that rut. They'll dismiss it like, oh yeah, he just wasn't as addicted as I am. They don't want to admit that you had it just as bad as them, if not worse. But that all you did was finally humble yourself and admitted that you're not this and here's an easy way out for narcissistic, toxic people. They think that when they say, I'm not perfect, that's like humbling themselves. Like, no, that's way too common of a phrase. Obviously, none of us are perfect. Only one man ever was, and that was the great JC, Jesus Christ. Amen. So don't expect a pat on the back from anyone, not even your parents, not even your family. The enemy is within the family. It says right there in Scripture. So are you going to dismiss that? You're going to overlook that and try to hang on to your family that you were born into? You're going to try to hang on to them for the rest of your life? Obviously, we need to love everybody for who they are. But don't be held down by people that don't want you to do better than them in life. Here's another thing. You'll outgrow these people, you'll show them the way, and they'll try to come back into your life to impress you, to get your validation. Like, hey, look, I know this much about the Lord. Or they'll share something that points out Christ, or they'll think they're doing a good deed. Like, they want to prove to you that they have this relationship with God now. And it's like, that's awesome, dude. I love to hear it. But I can sense that you're not even doing what you're saying for yourself. You're doing it for me. And I like, how do I say that? You know what I'm saying. Like, these narcs need your validation. But what they truthfully need is to self-improve for themselves. And for God, obviously. And don't let parents or friends or family make you feel like you owe them something. Everyone knows you're the black sheep. And they expect that when you make it big, in whatever way God grants that to you, they expect that your blessings are to be hashed out to them or to the family. Or don't feel that way. It's like these people want your joy, they want your potential, they want your skill sets, they want your relationship with God without having to do the work. And they'll never admit that you're triumphant. They will not give you the credit you deserve. these people will not share your story to the world. They don't, the world, the world is a wicked place, and the world despises Jesus. Jesus was the most hated man on earth, and I'm trying to live like Jesus. So it's only confirmation when I see and I feel and I sense the hate. And people don't want to come on this side. They want to stay on social media with this fake illusion that everyone else is hiding behind, and us chosen ones can see right through it. It's like, man, I feel for these people, like how exhausting it must be to never be transparent. Like, they're like, just let go of the fake life you're trying to live. Quit trying to please people on social media that you don't even know, that don't even care about you. At the end of the night, everyone only cares about themselves. So why are you putting so much energy into getting validation and comparing your life to others out there that are doing the same thing, living this fake life? Own your flaws. Be authentic. This is the difference between freedom and being a slave to your phone, to your social media. Like, fasting from these platforms was one of the best things I've ever done. Obviously, surrendering is number one, but all of these things fall in line. And I said this in another video. People don't have an understanding of God because they only have their toe in the water. You have to dive all in. You have to be a Jesus freak. You can't be stuck in addiction and claim that you know, like, every step you take towards God in conquering the devil's strongholds in your life takes you closer to God and gives you more understanding. So don't let these lukewarm Christians that think they know God, who want to try to impress you, that want to lessen what your relationship with God, don't let these people influence you. This all goes hand in hand with the reason why we're being isolated, because God is giving us time to pursue our passions with no distraction. He's building us up. We're working on our weaknesses. Anything we've been insecure about may just well be what glorifies God. God might use our weaknesses to our greatest advantage in the end. So be optimistic about this loneliness you might feel. Yes, we want to raise a family, but we're not going to seek that. It's going to happen in God's timing. So don't get distracted. Don't go out looking for things that you know in your heart are not of God. Turn to God. We will fall, but we are blessed and we are victorious, knowing that our relationship with Him is our greatest defense. He is everything. And when you conquer these vices, these addictions, you're that much closer to God. Eventually, the devil will turn from you. The devil can't attack me the same way in all the ways that he was able to a year ago. We're above 20 minutes. I better wrap it up there. But the best years of your life are ahead of you. Only a wise man doesn't wish to go back in time. And I certainly don't. My life is just beginning. This is heaven on earth. I wouldn't trade anything, good or bad, because I'm loving where I am. All right, everyone, if you've made it this far, please like the video or add a comment, share the video, subscribe, of course, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.